Hello. In this meeting, we are discussing about the business letter. Okay, with me, Endang Setiawati, the lecturer of English profession. Anytime you communicate with others on behalf of your company, you need to make sure that you are representing your company well. Based on your business letter, what is the impression that you are making on your client, vendors, donor, and others? By knowing how to write a business letter, you can create professional documents that will impress your recipients and persuade them to take the action you want. To do this, you can follow this 8 easy steps. Okay, number one is talking about the format. Start by formatting your document properly. Use the letter size document with 1 inch margin all the way around. Block paragraph are the preference format which require you to push the enter key twice between paragraph and refrain from intending any paragraph. Also, choose an easy-to-read font such as Arial or Times New Roman. Keep the size no smaller or larger than 12 point and use black font. Remember that the format and the font should add to the professionalism of the business letter and speak to your company brands. And then, second, addresses and date. Unless your company has a pre-designed letterhead that includes the address, you should begin your letter with the company's address. Type it out on the top left corner of the paper. Or right corner is that's your company's preference. This is the example. Then, after the few blank lines, add the date. You could state in the other order: month, date, year, January 1st, 2018, or that month, years 1 January 2018. And then, third, salutation. The salutation that you include towards depend on the level of formality between you and the recipient. How well do you know him or her? If you have a more casual relationship with the recipient, you could use his or her first name. In this case, you could say Dear Kim or Dear Steve. If you don't know the recipient very well, use the person title and last name such as Dear Dr. Baker or Dear Mrs. C. James. If, however, you don't know whatever the recipient is a man or woman, you could use their full name. For example, you could say Dear Kim C. James. As a last resort, you can use to whom it may concern, but this solution is impersonal, so it isn't the best option for your business letter. If you choose to use it, remember to put our account after the phrase. Otherwise, you should use a comma after the salutation. The fourth, body paragraph. Well, crafting the body paragraph, remember that the recipient is a busy person. You don't want to take up too much of their time with flirt, fancy transition, or unfamiliar vocabulary. Instead, keep your letter brief, clear, and professional. Communicate your point in a way that will be easy to understand without the need to contact you for further information. Also, use personal pronouns such as I, we, and you to keep a conversational tone. Additionally, remember the goal of your letter. More likely than not, you probably want to pursue the recipients in one way or another. Maybe you want that person to send money, fix an issue, take an action, or change his or her mind on an important issue. Whatever the case may be, you need to use supporting the child to make your argument as effective as possible. Another way to strengthen your argument is by using active voice rather than a passive one throughout your letter. With passive voice, the subject or the sentence is being action-driven. However, for active voice, the subject should do the action. For example, passive. The letter was written by Johnny. Active, Johnny wrote the letter. Do you see the difference between these sentences? Using the active voice strengthens your idea and elevated your writing. Therefore, aim for active voice whenever possible. Number 5. Additional page. Most business letters should stick to one page. If you need to use more pages, make sure that include a header. In this header, you could receipt the recipient's name, date, and abbreviated address. It's also important to include page number to help your recipients keep the page in the correct order. Okay, number 6, concluding paragraph. When you are finished writing the body paragraph, consider starting your conclusion with a summary of your main point. What was your reason for writing the letter? Make sure the summarize that is your conclusion. For example, if you want to persuade a company to give you their business, make sure that you remind that of this fact in this conclusion. Briefly restate the reason that they should choose your company over the competition. Then, let the recipients know what the next steps should be. Should they contact you for more information? Do you want them to write your back, or are you hoping that they send money? Make sure to clearly state what you want to receive that and their company to do. And the letter by expressing your gratitude for their time. Remember that you are addressing a busy person, so let him or her know how much you appreciate the time they took to read and hopefully respond to your letter. You could simply say something like, "Thank you for your time and attention to this matter." And then 7, closing. Close your letter in a similar way to how you opened your letter. The closing that you choose should be respectful and echo the level or familiarity shown in the salutation. Some of the options for the closing include sincerely, best wishes, thank you, all the best, respectfully, yours truly. Whichever one you choose, make sure to put a comma after the closing. Then sign your name in the blue or black ink. If you are emailing the letter, upload a copy or your signature that you can paste into the letter after the closing. Then add your contact information, email address, cell phone number, and etc. If you are sending the business letter on behalf of your company, add PP under your name. This stands for per procurationem, which means through the agency in Latin. By ending this your letter, the recipients know that you are speaking for your company and not just for yourself. Another thing that you copy at the end the letter is CC or carbon copy. This tells the recipients that they are receiving a copy of a letter that was sent to others. Then you could list the other individual who received the letter. And then enough. Thank you for watching the video and see you for the next video. Okay, bye bye.